Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Charlottetown Parks Recreation and Leisure Activities Committee. Agenda March 6, 2024, 12 p.m., Charlottetown Council City Chambers. Order of business. Item 1, call the meeting to order. Item 2, declarations of conflict of interest.
None.
Item 3, approval of agenda. Moved by Councilor Tart, second by Councilor Bernard.
Sure, yep.
Okay. Item 4. We have with us here today one item on the agenda, a resolution to award request for proposals for the 2024 Simmons Sports Center ice resurfacer replacement. The background information
Yep.
is in your package. I will read the resolution, and then I will open the floor to discussion. So the resolution states as follows: that, as per recently the advertised request for proposals, Simmons Sports Center ice resurfacer replacement, the City of Charlottetown accepts the bid amount of $192,500 plus applicable taxes from Saunders Equipment Limited. The mayor and the CAO are hereby authorized to execute the standard contracts and agreements to implement this resolution. First thing I'll do is entertain a motion, put it on the floor. Councilor Matart?
I'll move it.
Yep. So,
Okay,
yeah,
moved by Councilor Matart, second by Councilor Bernard.
Yes?
Okay, floor is now
problem.
open, gentlemen.
so just to be clear, that motion you just read off, we're just approving to move that forward to council for the 12th, I assume, for approval, yeah, okay. I just have a quick question on the resurfer, just out of curiosity more than anything. So I'll direct this to the chair, and you can direct to the appropriate person. So this is an electrified resurfacer, probably the first of a kind for Charlottetown to be used. Certainly used in other facilities, and so there'll be a cost savings associated with the use of propane from the previous machines. But the charging station for this, is that built into our current infrastructure now with the Simmons Arena for how that is going to be charged on a?
Yes, I've actually spoke to the electrical sub that's on Simmons site right now, and that's part of what's being installed in the new Simmons.
So no additional cost associated to electrify, I guess, the building from within inside for this ice surfacer? So
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know, what you would roughly pay per year for propane and maintenance on that? Like, are we seeing a good cost savings in electrifying? I mean, I don't know what the balance will be.
Yeah, what I can tell you is that we spend roughly $6,000 to $8,000 a year on propane just for the Zamboni,
Okay.
which will be reduced to zero with the electric machine, obviously, but we also are going to have solar panels and some
So generating
generating
that up is
power
good?
to help. So
Okay.
yes, there will certainly be some savings there.
And so just in relation to a standard non-electrified Zamboni, what is the cost difference in those? This one's 192. What are they roughly?
The older propane models, now with the popularity of the electric and the advancements in batteries, the cost difference is not as substantial as you'd think. They're fairly similar.
Okay, good, great, thank you. Just was curious, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Bernard?
Yeah, no, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just, the whole build in this new facility was to be zero net ready, and I mean, I think we're getting a little beyond that, and so I'm not surprised we're looking for an electric Zamboni, and so, yeah, I would expect that all the electrical hookups and so on will be there, and we heard that the solar panels are going on the roof, so it's all good. So I'm in favor of it.
Okay. Frank?
I just have one sort of correction to make in the background form there, which I actually will update. The evaluation scoring, the scores were sort of at a slight out of whack. It doesn't affect who's being awarded it, but I'm going to be updating those scores to reflect what they were in our evaluation sheet. So, for example, Saunders, the total score was 85.8, and then NGO 1 is 82.7, and then NGO Proposal 2 is 77.7. So it was a technical score that got a little out of whack when it was inputted in here, so I'll update that information. So it'll be slightly different from what you see going to council, but it's not changing the actual, how they were evaluated.
Okay.
To Councillor, or to the chair, just in looking at that, I mean, you know, the recommendation is to go with Saunders Equipment Limited at 192.5. The next one's 160 is $30,000 difference, and then down to 150, which is a $40,000 dollar difference. Obviously, in the scoring, is there anything like what really separated? I mean, machine's a machine. At the end of the day, what was really the deciding factor of us wanting to go at least $30,000 higher?
Yeah, so you'll see in your background there, we tried to provide the reasoning. We evaluated all the criteria, and even though the Saunders equipment price was higher, the criteria where they evaluated higher, they scored better on was the ice resurfacer specification category. And also on the qualification and experience. And the main area where they really scored higher was the maintenance, service, repair, warranties, and parts, which is a major benefit to the city. If we're purchasing a machine, we want to make sure we can get it serviced, and it can be serviced right away, and we don't have downtime. We just can't afford to have a machine down. So those were the areas, and once this, additional upfront costs will benefit the city in the long run, we're going to have this unit for 15 years plus.
Okay. Councillor Bernard, any questions?
No, it's pretty straightforward. Just looking forward to it. Start to use it in October.
Okay, I have a couple of questions.
I do have to go though.
You have to go right
Sorry.
now?
I'm going to have to pop out. Well, I got another couple of minutes and I got to go.
Okay, well.
You go ahead and ask your question.
Okay. Well, this new type of machinery in terms of, it being electric and with the technology, will this require additional training for our operators?
There will be some at the start. It's Zamboni's and Zamboni, or like an ice resurfacer, so they're standard that way. It will just be a different type of system that is being utilized. So there will be a training course done at the start before they go on there. But if you know how to drive an ice resurfacer, it's not going to be anything challenging to do. And I just wanted to comment too, the deadline was that we wanted to hear by October 1st. Saunders had indicated that there can be here December 1st. So we are a little delayed, but we have the other one. They indicated that it's quite possible they might be able to get here by October, but they couldn't commit to it for sure. So that was one of the areas where they scored slightly lower on the fact that they weren't quite able to meet the timeline of getting here at October 1st. But if we don't have the new one here right at the start, we're okay with using the current one we have.
Okay, and having said that, so they're still in the process of manufacturing this new Zamboni.
Once it's awarded, then they will put it in the order system, and then they have to construct it and whatnot, so it's not something, they don't keep a bunch of Zambonis sitting on standby just in case someone might buy them. So once we place our order, then they will, it'll go into production.
Where is it being manufactured at?
Ontario.
Okay. I know Councilor Bernard's got to go, so if I have any other questions, I'll just ask. I want to thank you, members of the committee, for being here for this special meeting.
We're good, just make sure. Just get everyone's indicated that they support.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All in favor? Moved by Councilor Matard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Second by Councilor Bernard. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great afternoon. Introduction of new business? No? Move for adjournment?
Oh,
Move. Second?
move.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.